good. You know, got some things out there to just kind of address the game and what we went wrong, and just kind of how we can get better going forward. Just typical everyday stuff. When we obviously nobody's happy coming in after a loss, so we had a day off yesterday and come in today and just try to get back to work, clean things up, see what we can get better at, and go put a better performance together tomorrow.
When you look at the Clippers, they're Gallo's out, so they're going Beverly, Bradley, and Shea, sort of 3-point guard lineup.
Yeah.
What kind of problems does that possess?
Yeah, it's tough. That's the way the NBA is going. It's playing smaller and multiple playmakers, multiple scorers, guys that can play with the ball, without the ball, and they've been a tough team all year. And obviously they've had guys in and out, so they're just next guys stepping up for them, and they've been playing some good basketball, and we got our work cut out for us.
You guys went in there and beat them pretty good early in December. Do you think players remember that? Like, do you remember when guys come in and beat you guys?
Yeah, for sure. You should. I mean, it's nothing that keeping you up at night, but I'm sure they remember that they didn't give their best showing the last time we were out, and they probably want to come in and kick our butts. I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I mean, I think every team we're playing lately is trying to kick our butts, and we saw that the other night, and just got to have a better professional approach and a better performance, and just got to go out there and play better. It's not rocket science.
When you look at the tape, you guys have sort of struggled, other than the one game in Milwaukee, to get your offense sort of going against the Bucks. Is it just their length, or is there anything you notice that they do that gives you a particularly tough time?
I'm not sure. Yeah. No, give them credit. You can't take anything away from them. They've done a great job. They kicked our butts a couple of times this year, and we get some good looks, and then there's times where we struggle to get good looks. So you got to give them credit. I'm not sure how much meaning these games have in terms of postseason potential. We've seen this year after year where it doesn't really matter, but give them credit. They played a heck of a game, and we did not. And it's a long season, so sometimes you get caught up going through the motions, but it's got to be better and giving effort every single play. And these teams are not just going to let you get open. They're just not going to let Kawhi just walk to the rim and let Kyle come off ball screens. These guys are trying their best to not let us score, and we just got to do a little bit better job of working to get open, to get to spots, and just fighting through that stuff.
What do you make of the rookie Gilgeous-Alexander? What's the challenge of a point guard who kind of has the size and length of a three?
He's a special player. He's a special kid, man. He's really good. He's had a great year, and they obviously believe in him. He's been in the starting role, I think, most of the year, almost all the year. And that experience that he's getting is invaluable. It's going to make him, a heck of a player down the line. And just the length, and obviously the be able to finish, the craftiness, never in a rush, never in a hurry, and defensively being in passing lanes and being able to contest shots. So that's what makes things good, and that's what makes those taller point guards harder to deal with. But it's a team game, so we'll see where we can get our advantages.
And how did you spend the day off?
Came to the gym, get some treatment, went home and took a nap.
So how much, how do you balance when to take like a full day off as a day off, and when to actually come in and do work on your day off?
You do work on every day off. It's not, you don't have to be on the court to do work. Like I said, I came in and got my work done without being on the court yesterday. Just trying to clean up some things, get back feeling better, and it's just a body compass. You just got to know where you're at, talk to the training staff, talk to the coaches, and just we track our loads, we track how much we're doing, and sometimes you need a mental day, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're feeling good about your shot, and sometimes you're not. Sometimes you may come spend 3 hours at the gym just to get your mind back right, but just got to have a good balance of both.
Danny, what were some of the points of emphasis at practice today?
Coming out more prepared, more game ready. We got to execute better. We're talented enough. We just got to, build better habits more so. But like I said, emphasis today, we watched some film. We knew we made mistakes from the start. And that trickled down from there. So it comes with just focus. We got to be more focused, and we got to come in professional, every day and better. So in order to beat teams like Milwaukee.
Is it this part of the season that kind of gets tougher to do that, leading up to the All-Star break, January?
Never too late.
But is it
Obviously,
is it easier to sort of relax a little bit as we near the All-Star break?
Yeah, I mean, guys are seeing the light, the end for a little break, but we still got 5-6 games left. We got to play. We got to focus. So regardless, the break's not here yet. when the break comes, we'll get to relax. Right now, we got to continue to play good basketball, win games, hopefully get everybody back healthy, stay healthy, and then tighten up. This is the time. We got to get our playoff mentality now, and not wait till playoff comes.
The 20-4 start, I think you guys ranked like 16th offensively, and now I know that coincides with all of the injuries. But what's the level of concern like with your offensive execution?
Not a big concern, but mostly just we got to execute and focus better. If we do that, we know we can get better looks, better open shots, and probably shoot better percentages. And the biggest thing for us, I think, is the games that we've lost, that we felt we should have won or could have won. Houston game, a bunch of we lost because of turnovers. You can't win a game, especially when you're not shooting that well. You can't win a game shooting poorly and turning the ball over. So we take care of the ball and execute better offensively. We give ourselves a better chance.
Clippers don't come in with like an extreme amount of quote unquote star power, but they got a pretty good mishmash of guys that can do a lot of different things. What do you see from them that makes them kind of tough?
I think they have plenty of star power. All-star, who should have been all-star, got snubbed. Tobias Harris and Lou Will, who probably could have been all-star at many points in his life, scored the ball in many different ways. Avery Bradley can play very well. Pat Beverly plays defense. Gortat Boban knows a very good bigs. Montrezl Harrell. They have a lot of good pieces. High potential running team. Any given night, they give you a run for your money. So regardless of who it is we're playing, we still got to work on and focus on ourselves and get better, regardless of the result. But we know we have to match their energy and take them seriously. We can't take them lightly. They were once one of the better teams in the West for a reason.
What do you make of the rookie, Gilgeous-Alexander? He's from here, so there's a lot of interest in him.
Very good, skilled, mature for a guy his age as a rookie anyway. Plays at his own pace, understands the game very well. I think he's going to be a good pro in due time.
Do you think there's a natural ability to play with that kind of pace, like Doncic and guys? I'm not comparing the two, but they kind of have that.
It's something you can't really teach, yeah. To kind of slow the game down or slow yourself down, to not rush yourself. I mean, you can try to teach it, but it comes naturally for most guys to be able to play at their own pace and understand the game and mature that quickly. It just shows how high of IQ some of those guys have to be able to understand that you don't have to go fast to get to your spots or to play well. You can play at different paces.
When you go into a city and you beat a team kind of like the way you guys did with the Clippers, do they remember that this far?
I'm gonna say I barely remember. I barely remember that one. That was a long time. No, it wasn't that long ago. What was it? December? Yeah. Christmas time, kinda. Yeah. Before or after? Before. Oh, it was like December 12th. Yeah, pretty long. Almost 2 months ago. Clippers at Clippers. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if they do or not. A little bit, right? A little bit, but I think so much kind of water goes over the bridge from then. So many games. It isn't like maybe your high school rival, you remember them, or your college rival. You remember them quite as easy, just because usually when you see a team, there's usually different guys in, different guys out, all that kind of stuff.
A bunch of good defenders there. I mean, what do you make of what they've been doing? In particular, the kid from here, Gilgeous-Alexander, it's kind of like a new sort of thing. Those long point guards. What do you make of him?
I really like him. Right, I think he's very talented. I love, he is long and athletic, but I love his vision. Right, he's really got some unique. I mean, a special trait there that. I'm not sure sometimes if that's one of those coachable things or just kind of somebody gets immersed in however he grew up playing. It happens. So that's kind of my favorite thing about him. I like his confidence. He's got a little swag to him for being so young, and I think his scoring's coming too.
You've had 3 pretty subpar offensive games against Milwaukee this year. Is there anything they do to impact? I know they're obviously very long.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, listen. I think we could have certainly been better with our execution and our pace the other night. We mentioned it. We talked after the game a little bit. I mean, we go 2 for what was it in the first half? 17. I went through the tape and about 15 of those I think I probably am taking. Right, and that's kind of what you got to do. You got to make some shots over the top of them to win, and they're going to pack the paint. They got some great length. Give them credit. They were motivated. They looked more motivated than we did the other night. Had us a little bit out of rhythm and back on our heels. And we can't. We're going to struggle offensively unless we're a little more aggressive and fighting a little harder to execute.
Do you get the sense, obviously, in general, teams are trying to take away threes, especially corner threes in this league. Do you get the sense that teams are more willing to let you guys take those shots than maybe some other teams? Like, or I know that's. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think obviously, I think there's some guys, Pascal, OG, Serge, Delon, even maybe that they're going to close a little shorter on and maybe say, hey, we're going to live with that.
They're still running off Danny and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, their game plan, and not unlike we wouldn't do. I mean, we were, go back and play Golden State. We were closing short on everybody, but Katie and Steph and Clay, and so it's part of the game plan a little bit.
How's JV looking as you reintegrate him?
It's great, man. I'm waiting for him to get on out there. It looks great.
He I know he did a lot of conditioning because obviously his legs were fine. So is he looking kind of better than you'd expect with such a long layoff?
He looks great. We had a little live scrimmage the other day, and it's just a good reminder of his size is important sometimes, right? You just all of a sudden see him grabbing every defensive rebound and protecting the rim, and it just makes us look bigger and longer right away when he hits the floor sometimes.
Kyle's pull-up three percentage has dropped basically since JV went out. Like, how big of a factor is his screening? Since I'd say he's probably your best screener. So do you see a correlation between Kyle's three-point percentage and getting those screens?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Eric. I was just trying to think that, teams are pressing up a little higher. I always kind of think Kyle's got a good game going when he's racing up the floor and pulling up without the screen. Just in the open floor, he'll find the crease or the pace or even whatever and get squeezed off 4 or 5 of those, deep ones sometimes. That's when he's kind of really got his swag going. But, yeah, he'll come off of some of those screens from JV and pull them too. Actually, I think Serge has been doing a good job, though. We've run a whole bunch of plays for him that end up with Serge screening for him naturally, right? The 5 screening at the end of a staggered double or a DHO staggered double or inbounds play or whatever. And, he's shook free on a lot of those, so I give Serge some credit for that.
At the top of your comments, you mentioned habits and trying to instill habits today. How much tougher is it to try to reprogram habits this late in the season?
I mean, it's kind of always tougher this stage of the season, but I guess I'm talking about things that we were doing in training camp we're still trying to do, right? And it's tougher maybe that you've been doing them all season long, and now you're still doing them, right? And maybe what I would like to say is just trying to refresh them a little bit. Sometimes you get to a point in the season and everybody's like, oh my God, we're going to go out and do shell drill again today, or stick hand drill, or contest the shooting drill, or box out drill. And I don't know, we just kind of talked about a little bit of a reset and a refresh of doing it with a little more pace and a little bit more focus and stuff, so that the habits kind of get rebuilt maybe, or polished a little bit.
When Van Gundy does the games for ESPN, he talks a lot about you guys just don't box out. Why?
I don't know why he talks about that.
No, why does that happen?
I don't know. I haven't seen him say that. I think we box out. Yeah.
He's pretty firm on it. He goes, if you want to make some money in this league, if you want to have an impact in this game, you can just work it as effort. Why is it sometimes not that effort?
I don't know. I guess there's other things guys are thinking about or focusing on, of running the floor or mistake they just made or whatever. But that's a lot of things. Why don't guys screen better than they did 10 years ago?